charging a 25% tariff, but if you build your car in the United States, there is no tariff.
Donald Trump just announced a 25% tariff on foreign auto imports, and it's sending shockwaves through Indian companies. Tata Motors, Sona BLW, and more are on the line. Auto stocks are crashing, and India's $21.2 billion auto export industry is feeling the heat. Now, who's at risk? What happens next? Let's break it down. US President Donald Trump has imposed a 25% tariff on overseas auto imports. The move is aimed at protecting American manufacturers, but it could cost Indian companies big time. Why? Well, because many Indian auto parts makers export to Europe, Japan, South Korea, and China, which supply vehicles to the US. Now, these exports are set to become more expensive. Tata Motors doesn't directly export cars to the US, but its subsidiary, Jaguar Land Rover, has a strong foothold in the American market. 22% of JLR's total sales come from the US. In financial year 24, JLR sold nearly 4 lakh cars globally, with the US as a key market. JLR's vehicles sold in the US are made in the UK and other international plants, which now face a 25% tariff. This could drive up prices for JLR models in the US and impact sales. The maker of Royal Enfield motorcycles could also feel the heat. The US is a major market for its 650cc models. If tariffs push prices up, sales could take a hit. The stock dipped nearly 1% after the announcement. Sona BLW, also known as Sona Comstar, makes differential gears, Tata Motors, and other auto components. 66% of its revenue comes from the US and European markets. The company has been diversifying into China, Japan, and South Korea to reduce risk. It's planning to shift over 50% of its revenue to Asian markets within 5 years. One of India's biggest auto component manufacturers supplies parts to Tesla, Ford, and other US automakers, less affected than others because it has local manufacturing units in the US and Europe. Several other Indian companies with major US exposure could be impacted: Bharat Forge, Sansera Engineering Limited, Suprajit Engineering, Balkrishna Industries. These companies supply crucial components to global automakers. With costs rising, they could face pressure on margins. India's auto component exports stood at $21.2 billion in financial year 24. The global auto component market is valued at $1.2 trillion. Shipments to the US and Europe make up 4.5% of global trade. With Trump's tariffs, Indian exporters may have to absorb extra costs or risk losing market share. Shares of Tata Motors, Sona BLW, and Samvardhana Motherson fell up to 7% on March 27. The Nifty Auto Index dropped 1.5% in early trade. Global automakers may pass on higher costs to suppliers, squeezing profit margins. The big question: will India's auto industry adapt? Companies may shift focus to non-US markets. Some might increase US production to dodge tariffs. Others could absorb costs to stay competitive. For now, Indian auto stocks are on edge, and the industry is watching Washington closely. What do you think? Will Trump's tariffs change the global auto game? Tell us in the comments.